Most people think fasting is about weight loss, but fasting is not primarily about losing weight. It's about metabolic healing. When you eat all day, your body is in storage mode. Insulin is high, glucose is being burned, and excess energy is stored as fat. Your body never gets a chance to rest, repair, or clean itself. Now let's look at what really happens inside your body during a 24-hour fast. Within the first 4 to 6 hours, your body finishes using the glucose from your last meal. Insulin levels start to fall. This is important because insulin is a fat storage hormone. When insulin drops, fat burning can finally begin. By 8 to 12 hours, your liver has used up most of its stored glycogen. At this point, your body switches fuel sources. Instead of sugar, it starts breaking down fat into fatty acids and ketones. This is called metabolic switching, and it's a powerful survival mechanism built into human biology. At around 12 to 16 hours, something remarkable happens. Autophagy begins to increase. Autophagy is the body's internal recycling program. Old, damaged, and dysfunctional cells are broken down and reused for energy. This process reduces inflammation, improves cellular function, and protects against chronic disease. By 18 to 24 hours, insulin is very low, growth hormone is elevated, and fat burning is high. Your brain is now running efficiently on ketones, which produce less oxidative stress than glucose. Many people experience mental clarity, focus, and stable energy during this phase. Let's talk about organs. The liver unloads fat and improves insulin sensitivity. The pancreas gets a break from constant insulin production. The gut rests and repairs its lining. The brain benefits from ketones, which protect neurons and support cognitive function. The heart shifts toward fat-based energy, which is its preferred fuel. Fasting is not starvation. Starvation is when nutrients are unavailable and the body breaks down muscle and organs to survive. Fasting is a controlled, intentional pause that allows the body to reset. A 24-hour fast reminds your body how to heal, how to burn fat, and how to function as it was designed to. Food is not just fuel. Sometimes the absence of food is the medicine. Fasting is often misunderstood as a strategy purely for weight loss, but this narrow view misses its deeper biological purpose. Weight loss is only a visible side effect, not the primary goal. The real impact of fasting occurs at the metabolic level, where hormones, enzymes, and cellular pathways are recalibrated. When the body is constantly fed, it remains locked in a state of nutrient processing and energy storage, leaving little opportunity for repair or restoration. Fasting interrupts this cycle and shifts the body toward healing and optimization. Modern eating patterns encourage frequent meals and constant snacking, which keep insulin levels elevated throughout the day. Insulin is essential for regulating blood sugar, but when it remains chronically high, it prevents fat breakdown and promotes inflammation. Fasting lowers insulin levels naturally, allowing the body to access stored energy. This hormonal shift is not about forcing weight loss, but about restoring the body's natural ability to regulate fuel efficiently and maintain metabolic balance. Metabolic healing refers to improving how cells respond to insulin, glucose, and fat. Many chronic conditions, such as type 2 diabetes, fatty liver disease, and metabolic syndrome, are rooted in impaired metabolic flexibility. Fasting trains the body to switch smoothly between fuel sources, a skill that has been lost in societies with constant food availability. This flexibility is a sign of metabolic health, not a number on a weighing scale. When food is constantly available, the digestive system, liver, and pancreas are overworked. These organs are forced to process incoming nutrients without pause, leading to fat accumulation and cellular stress. Fasting provides a rest period during which the liver can reduce stored fat, the pancreas can decrease insulin output, and digestive enzymes can reset. This internal rest promotes healing long before any visible change in body weight occurs. At the cellular level, fasting activates repair mechanisms that are completely unrelated to weight loss. Cells begin breaking down damaged proteins and dysfunctional components through autophagy. This process improves cellular efficiency and reduces oxidative stress. These benefits occur even in individuals who do not lose a single kilogram, demonstrating that fasting's true value lies in internal renewal rather than external appearance. Another key aspect of metabolic healing is inflammation reduction. Constant eating, especially of processed carbohydrates and sugars, keeps inflammatory pathways active. Fasting suppresses these pathways by lowering insulin and glucose levels, giving the immune system a chance to rebalance. Reduced inflammation improves vascular health, hormonal signaling, and mitochondrial function, all of which are central to long-term metabolic wellness. Fasting also restores hormonal communication between fat cells and the brain. In metabolically unhealthy states, hormones like leptin lose their effectiveness, leading to constant hunger despite adequate energy stores. Fasting helps reset this signaling, allowing the brain to accurately sense energy availability. This hormonal recalibration is part of healing metabolism, not simply shrinking fat cells. Ultimately, fasting reminds the body of a biological rhythm it evolved with, periods of nourishment followed by periods of rest. Human physiology was not designed for continuous intake of food. By reintroducing fasting, the body regains its ability to self-regulate, repair, and conserve energy efficiently. The focus shifts from chasing weight loss to restoring metabolic intelligence, which naturally governs health from the inside out. Insulin is one of the most powerful hormones in the human body, and its primary role is to manage blood sugar by directing glucose into cells. Every time food is consumed, especially carbohydrates, insulin is released. When eating is frequent, insulin remains elevated for most of the day. This constant elevation signals the body to store energy rather than release it, effectively locking fat inside fat cells and preventing its use as fuel. Within just a few hours of fasting, insulin levels begin to fall. This decline is not sudden or dangerous, it is a natural physiological response. As glucose from the last meal is used up, the body no longer needs high insulin levels. This hormonal shift is critical because insulin acts as a gatekeeper. When it is high, fat cannot be burned, and when it is low, fat becomes accessible. As insulin drops, the body switches from storage mode to mobilization mode. Fat cells begin releasing fatty acids into the bloodstream, where they can be used by muscles, the liver, and other tissues for energy. This process is known as lipolysis. It does not happen through willpower or calorie counting. It happens automatically when insulin is sufficiently low. This marks the true beginning of fat burning. Lower insulin also reduces resistance at the cellular level. Chronically high insulin causes cells to become less responsive, forcing the pancreas to produce even more insulin over time. Fasting interrupts this cycle by giving insulin receptors a break. As sensitivity improves, the body becomes more efficient at managing blood sugar, requiring less insulin to do the same job. The liver plays a central role during this phase. With insulin low, the liver shifts from storing fat to releasing energy. It begins converting fatty acids into ketones, an alternative fuel source that is especially beneficial for the brain. This transition is a sign that metabolism is becoming flexible again, capable of adapting to fuel availability instead of relying solely on constant glucose intake. Lower insulin levels also influence other hormones. Growth hormone increases, which helps preserve muscle mass while fat is being burned. Cortisol, when balanced properly, assists in mobilizing stored energy. These hormonal interactions ensure that fasting does not lead to muscle loss in the short term, but instead promotes efficient energy use. Fat burning during fasting is not a forced process. It is a return to a natural state. The human body evolved to function during periods without food, relying on stored fat to survive. Modern eating habits suppress this ability by keeping insulin elevated all day. Fasting reactivates this dormant metabolic pathway, allowing the body to access the energy it has stored. This early drop in insulin sets the foundation for deeper metabolic changes later in the fast. It is the first signal that tells the body it is safe to stop storing energy and start using it. Long before physical changes are visible, this hormonal shift begins restoring metabolic balance and efficiency at the most fundamental level. The liver serves as the body's short-term energy reserve, storing glucose in the form of glycogen. After every meal, excess glucose is converted into glycogen and stored in the liver to maintain stable blood sugar levels between meals. This reserve is limited and designed to last only for a brief period, not for continuous energy demands created by frequent eating. When fasting begins, the liver becomes the primary source of glucose for the body. During the first several hours without food, the liver steadily releases glucose from its glycogen stores in the bloodstream. This process keeps blood sugar stable and supplies energy to glucose-dependent tissues such as red blood cells and certain brain functions. At this stage, the body is still running largely on sugar, and fat burning remains secondary. By approximately 8 to 12 hours of fasting, liver glycogen becomes significantly depleted. The exact timing varies based on factors such as activity level, metabolic health, and the carbohydrate content of the last meal. Once these glycogen stores run low, the body can no longer rely on stored sugar as its primary fuel source. This moment represents a critical metabolic turning point. As glycogen levels drop, insulin secretion decreases further. Without glycogen to draw from, the liver must find alternative ways to supply energy. It begins increasing gluconeogenesis, producing small amounts of glucose from non-carbohydrate sources, while simultaneously shifting toward fat metabolism. This dual strategy maintains blood sugar while reducing dependence on dietary carbohydrates. The depletion of liver glycogen sends a powerful signal throughout the body that external fuel is unavailable. In response, fat cells release fatty acids and the liver begins converting them into ketones. This transition reduces the body's reliance on glucose and initiates a more stable and efficient energy system based on stored fat. This stage is often misunderstood as a state of energy crisis, but in reality, it is a controlled and well-regulated process. The body is designed to operate efficiently without constant food intake. Glycogen depletion is not harmful. It is the gateway that allows deeper metabolic pathways to activate, including fat oxidation and cellular repair mechanisms. Many people experience hunger waves during this period, not because the body is starving, but because hormonal signals are adjusting. Ghrelin, the hunger hormone, rises temporarily and then falls as the body adapts. As glycogen runs out and fat burning increases, energy levels often stabilize rather than decline. The depletion of liver glycogen marks the end of sugar dependence and the beginning of metabolic flexibility. It is the stage where the body stops asking for incoming fuel and starts relying on its internal reserves. This shift lays the groundwork for ketone production, brain adaptation, and the deeper physiological benefits that follow extended fasting periods. Once liver glycogen is depleted, the body is forced to change its primary fuel source. Glucose is no longer readily available, and the body must rely on stored energy to meet its needs. This transition is not an emergency response, but a normal metabolic adaptation that humans have relied on for survival for thousands of years. The shift from glucose to fat and ketones represents a fundamental change in how energy is produced and used. Fat becomes the dominant fuel during this stage. Triglycerides stored in fat tissue are broken down into fatty acids and released into the bloodstream. Muscles, the heart, and the liver readily use these fatty acids for energy. This process provides a steady and abundant energy supply, as fat stores contain far more energy than glycogen ever could. The liver plays a central role in this metabolic switch by converting fatty acids into ketones. Ketones are water-soluble molecules that can cross the blood-brain barrier and serve as an alternative fuel for the brain. Since the brain cannot directly use fatty acids, ketones become essential during periods of low glucose availability. This adaptation ensures that cognitive function is preserved even in the absence of dietary carbohydrates. As ketone production increases, the brain gradually shifts its energy preference. Instead of relying heavily on glucose, it begins using ketones for a significant portion of its energy needs. Ketones provide a more stable fuel source and produce fewer reactive oxygen species compared to glucose. This results in more consistent mental energy and reduced metabolic stress on brain cells. This fuel switch also improves overall energy efficiency. Glucose metabolism is rapid and fluctuating, often leading to energy spikes and crashes. Fat and ketone metabolism is slower and more controlled, delivering sustained energy over longer periods. This is why many individuals report steady endurance and improved focus once this transition is underway. Hormonal changes support this shift in fuel usage. Low insulin levels allow fat mobilization to continue, while increased glucagon encourages fat breakdown and ketone production. Growth hormone rise is helping preserve lean muscle mass while the body uses fat for energy. These coordinated hormonal changes ensure that the body adapts without sacrificing essential tissues. The switch to fat and ketones also reduces dependence on frequent meals. As the body becomes comfortable using stored energy, hunger signals decrease and energy levels stabilize. This metabolic flexibility allows the body to function efficiently whether food is available or not, reducing the constant drive to eat. This stage represents a return to a natural metabolic state where the body is no longer dependent on continuous glucose intake. Instead of being fueled by external inputs, it runs on internal reserves. This shift sets the stage for deeper cellular repair processes and long-term metabolic resilience. As fasting continues beyond the initial metabolic switch, the body activates a powerful cellular maintenance process known as autophagy. Autophagy literally means self-eating, but this term can be misleading. It is not destructive. It is a highly organized recycling system that allows cells to break down and remove damaged or dysfunctional components. This process is essential for cellular health and survival, especially during periods when external nutrients are limited. Under constant feeding conditions, autophagy remains suppressed because the body prioritizes growth and storage. Nutrient-sensing pathways signal that resources are abundant, so there is no urgency to recycle internal materials. Fasting changes this signal. As insulin and nutrient availability drop, the body shifts from growth mode to repair mode, allowing autophagy to increase. During autophagy, cells identify damaged proteins, misfolded structures, and malfunctioning organelles such as mitochondria. These defective components are broken down into basic building blocks like amino acids and fatty acids. The cell then reuses these materials to produce energy or rebuild healthier structures. This internal cleanup improves cellular efficiency and resilience. The removal of dysfunctional mitochondria is especially important. Mitochondria are responsible for energy production, and when they become damaged, they generate excessive oxidative stress. Autophagy selectively targets these faulty mitochondria, a process known as mitophagy. By clearing them out, cells reduce oxidative damage and improve overall energy production capacity. Autophagy also plays a critical role in immune function. By clearing out infected or damaged cells, it helps the immune system function more efficiently. This process reduces chronic inflammation and supports the body's ability to respond to stresses. Rather than overstimulating the immune system, fasting allows it to recalibrate and operate with greater precision. At the tissue level, autophagy contributes to improved organ function. In the liver, it helps reduce fat accumulation. In blood vessels, it supports healthier endothelial cells. In the brain, it assists in clearing protein aggregates that interfere with neuronal communication. These benefits occur internally and are not immediately visible, but they have profound long-term implications. This cellular cleanup process is not triggered by calorie reduction alone. It requires a sustained period of low insulin and low nutrient signaling, which is why continuous eating, even with healthy foods, limits autophagy. Fasting provides the necessary biological signal that initiates deep cellular repair mechanisms. As autophagy increases, the body becomes more efficient at maintaining itself. Instead of accumulating damage over time, cells actively remove and replace faulty components. This process supports longevity, metabolic health, and cellular integrity, forming one of the most powerful yet often overlooked benefits of a 24-hour fast. As the fast comes to an end, the most important change has already taken place, not on the scale, but within the body. Organs have rested, hormones have recalibrated, and cells have shifted from constant growth to intentional repair. What was once overloaded by continuous intake has been given time to recover and function as designed. A 24-hour fast is not about deprivation or discipline. It is about giving the body space to express its natural intelligence. When food is temporarily removed, the body does not weaken. It adapts, conserves, and heals. This simple pause allows powerful biological systems to activate, reminding us that health is not only built by what we eat, but also by when we don't eat.